Hello everyone. Today in this session we will understand the real-time business process in Extended Warehouse Management. Before the implementation or the enhancement in the SAP EWM, I would like to explain you about the few of the very important FCT codes and the few of the exception codes. As we know, we implement the exception handling. We use the exception handlings when we have some of the situation in the warehouse which would be unpredictable. For an example, in the real time, I already explained. For an example, the warehouse workers, he is going to pick some of the product from the final storage bin, storage type inside this section and bin. So suddenly what he sees the bin is empty or the product is damaged. Due to rain, the product is already wet. So in that situation, the warehouse workers, resources, or the users we call, or the warehouse employee, or the person who is going to pick product to sell to the customer through the outbound delivery order, the person will implement their exception code. Then exception codes comes into the picture. And whenever we do any kind of enhancements, add the button, modify the screens, the FCT codes, functional code, technical codes, which is the very important. For an example, in your mobile screen, normal mobile phone screen, any mobile, you press any option, touch. Behind your screen, the code triggers, event triggers. In the similar way, when the user, warehouse workers, or we on the transaction code / and / SCWM / RFUI, we perform some process, picking process, final put away process through the SAP GUI screen or through the RFUI. When we press any button, next button, back button, behind the system triggers always system triggers behind the screen few of the events, standard events. For an example, as when we use the SAP RFUI on the SAP GUI screen, means we use / and / SCWM / RFUI, and how we scan the bin. Suppose we have the source handling unit and destination handling unit. We are performing the outbound delivery process. We need to pick and we need to put that handling unit or the product into the goods issue zone 9020 location, which is the temporary storage type. It contains temporary section. It contains temporary storage bins. That time, how we perform that? We go to the / N / SCWM / RFUI. We log in, we enter our username, we enter our warehouse name or warehouse number, and the default presentation devices would be standard or custom, and we log in. We go to the login then we click on the buttons. For an example, inbound delivery process or outbound delivery process. Okay. When we click on any button, system triggers events behind the screen, standard or custom screens. If you're looking for specialization in the RFUI functional side, in SAP EWM functional side with the RFUI technical, both the sides with the sample codes, sample examples, I have my own written book which is a specialization in the RFUI framework and RFUI. Okay. So if you on the button, we see, for an example, we have the button and we see inbound on RFUI or on RF devices, actual physical devices, which we use inside the warehouse. We have the buttons inbound, outbound, any button, next, back. We are human, we understand the language. Like inbound delivery, inbound delivery, we understand. System understands the FCT code, means the technical properties of the button. So that's why today I'm going to show you some of the very important technically properties, name of the buttons or the exception codes. RFUI, FCT, functional technical code or functional technical codes, exception codes. We have the first of the FCT code. These are the FCT code, which is the functional technical codes. Print, simple. PRINT, this is the keyword. This is the FCT code. So printing, okay, work with the post processing framework. As we know, we may take the multiple kind of like processes through the post processing framework, printing, delivery notes printing, warehouse order printing, picking list printings, all the things when we take the printing, mailing, faxing, more. So if you want, you can refer my specialization in post processing framework book. So we have the first keyword or FCT code, print. Second, we have the clear. But this FCT code we use to clear the data on the screen. Another transaction code we have, or FCT code. These are also the transaction codes. What is a transaction code actually? When you use a transaction code, it calls behind some form, some application, some screens, some processes. FCT code triggers FCT code when we press on the specific components we call, or elements we call, like nothing but buttons. So delete FCT code we use to delete the data. Enter we use to go to the next step on screen. Whenever we click on the one particular specific RF screen, next screen will come into the picture and this present screen would be hidden. To next screen, next screen, next screen, these are the steps we call. So enter means to go to the next step or screen. That's why I have written here step or screen. HUCR used to create the handling unit. List used to check the number of exception codes in the current warehouse in which I have logged in right now. Next, SC means go to next step or screen. That's why I mention here step or screen. Steps means, suppose we have the screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. So these are the step 1, step 2, step 1, step 2, step 3. NODHU, Node Destination Handling Unit. This is the, for an example, exception code, or we have like some kind of FCT code. Back F, go to the previous step or screen. Skip, to skip the warehouse task in the warehouse orders. SPLT, exception code. So to split the warehouse task, okay, why? Picking or put away when the required quantity is not fulfilled. We may skip the particular specific current going on warehouse task. So why? Suppose we have the broken stock, insufficient quantity in the bin, partial pallet picking. So that time this FCT code or this SPLT exception codes helps to the warehouse users. Okay guys, thank you very much. I will explain you the business process, how we may implement this. See you again. Thank you very much guys.